All right. We are live once again, everyone. I appreciate you guys. You know what? We want to be a big channel, okay? So we need all of our supporters to go ahead and share everything that we do, okay? If you see it, share it with your mom, share it with your church, share it with whoever you got to share it with to have a discussion about us, because we're dope. We're the best reviewers on the goddamn internet, okay? Okay.
All right.
Now, we want to have a discussion about the Upgrade movie. We did a spoiler-free version. Go ahead and check that out as well. I'll probably put a link to that in the description. But I have some questions I wanted to talk about, some things that
some explaining to do.
Right. That I kind of want to discuss.
Yes.
So I don't know how long it's going to be, but we're going to just have a discussion. If you're on live, that's dope. If you're not, if you catch us afterwards, we go live every Friday. So you can go ahead and, if you ain't doing nothing on Friday and you want to know what you should see, go ahead and check us out.
You ain't got nothing. I'm just kidding.
Right. It hurt a little bit. But.
What about the movies, though?
Right. So we went to go see Upgrade. You got a synopsis for us?
Yeah, so basically set in the near future, technology controls nearly everything, and when Gray, a self-identified technophobe, has his world turned upside down, his only hope for the revenge is an experimental computer chip implanted called STEM. Right.
So my little recap is this is a guy who got John Wicked, and now he has to go try to find all the people who John Wicked him and kill them. So if you like John Wick and you like sci-fi, this is where you should be at.
Yeah, future John Wick.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Future John Wick.
Future John Wick.
This is like John Wick 2032 or some shit. I don't know. Something in the future.
Right. So I gave it a 4.2 out of 5 stars.
4.5.
4.5. Great movie. There are some things you want to discuss, though.
Dope.
But before we do that, do we have any IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes?
We do. So basically, IMDb, it gave it a Metacritic score of 64, and that's pretty decent. Rotten Tomatoes, Tomato Meter, the critics gave it 85%. The audience gave it a 90%. So we're scoring pretty high.
Yeah, we're right in that range.
Yeah, we are.
So we're not crazy here.
Not crazy.
Or maybe we are. Maybe we're like everyone else. I don't know. But we enjoyed it.
We use stars.
Right. So I liked it. I thought it was a great movie, a great watch. You know, there were some things that I felt that were not original, but it's okay. I don't need to be original. If you've ever been on a roller coaster, we've all been on a roller coaster. Yeah. They're just a slightly different, but it's a roller coaster. It's gonna have some loops, gonna have some ups and downs. Yeah. But as long as you enjoy the ride, that's how I feel anyway. As long as I enjoy the ride, it's okay. I know where the destination is going to end up. And this one, I definitely was able to predict it right off the bat. Right. Yeah. There was no unpredictability about the movie. Because I kind of knew that it was the guy who hired him. I knew it was going to be Scooby-Doo.
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 Yeah.
That's what we like to call it. The guy who hired you is the villain.
That's the one.
I don't know why movies like to do that.
You're suspect, yeah. Keep your enemies close. It's like bring them full front. All right.
Right. It wasn't even that the guy. We got the main antagonist. We didn't really call him a villain. It wasn't really like.
Yeah. So another thing that's like a hero to villain complex is kind of weird on this one. I'm looking for this young kid.
Yeah, it wasn't really a villain. You know, he got John Wicked. But there wasn't like a main guy that we just need to go. There was I just learned, and you know, maybe we're just new. Yeah. I've learned there's a difference between a villain and an antagonist. Right. A villain is just someone who's just diabolically evil. Sure. And the antagonist is someone who's kind of poked the bear all the time. Right. We more had, I don't even know if we had either or. It was very like half and half. We had half of a villain, half of an antagonist.
Yeah, the villains were kind of spread across the board. If you
and you didn't really get a lot of screen time anyway with them. Right. So it was kind of hard to really like anticipate like, oh man, when they come together, it's gonna be. It wasn't really like that.
No, there was like a couple of boss fights, you know, along the way. But I mean, overall, you made a full circle and you came back to, you know, who started it all.
Right. And not that they even let us have a lot of backstory to him.
They didn't.
Or there wasn't like they had like this buddy-buddy relationship that kind of threw us off of the track.
Right.
Or the trail. Mm-hmm. Because it smelled like that is the villain.
Right.
That's the main guy right there. Mm-hmm. And we're going to come back and circle back around to him. I already know.
Right.
It was very predictable in that, that matter. Mm-hmm. So you got it right away.
Yeah, I got it right away. Right when he met the guy, I was like, this little kid's fucking suspect. I mean, I don't know what his deal is, but he's a weirdo. He doesn't leave his house. He's got a weird-ass house. It's pretty dope, but he's weird, and he's trying to help him out for no good reason.
Right, he got like those villain looks.
Right. He's like, yes,
it's gonna be
sideways. Excellent. Right. All right, Mr. Burns, calm down.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, that's like the main flaw. There were some things that kind of got me, like the police chase.
The police chase, yeah.
And he, the main, what's the main character's guy?
It's like Fisk. This main guy here, Gray.
Oh, Gray. Should be easy. Gray and Stem.
Yeah.
Gray talked to Stem and was like, yo, can we stop this car or what?
Right.
And he was like, no, because it's not an electrical car.
Right.
I'm like, no, that's definitely an electrical car.
It's an electrical car.
That definitely has a computer in it. There's no way you're telling me that the police car that she had just said, lights on, sirens on.
Right.
That means it's an electrical car.
It's taking signals.
Right. It might not be a totally electrical car.
Yeah.
But there is a computer.
There is.
On board.
There's definitely something going on.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I believe that with his car, probably carburetor, I don't know what's going on. But her car was definitely futuristic, so I didn't buy that.
Right. That was a slip up. I cannot...
What's going on here?
Right. I can't wait to do a comedic commentary on that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have fun. Because it's already a good movie.
Yeah.
We're just kind of discussing it. It is a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It is something that I would watch again.
Oh, the rewatch value on this for me is going to be up there. I will watch this movie as soon as it goes on Netflix, HBO, whatever it is. I'm going to rewatch this movie if it pops up.
And I want a sequel.
I do want a sequel.
The ending...
Every freaking time with these movies. So if you haven't seen like Transcendence or Her, if you all these movies that have like this AI. Lucy was another one. Scarlett Johansson. She keeps popping up in these AI movies, man. I want to see where it ends because leaving this kind of open-ended AI thing. Okay, and then AI took over the world or what? Did the hackers ever make their own AI to counter the AI?
That's why. What's going on? I say that it's more of he got John Wicked.
He did
because it is a universe that can be explored.
Yeah.
We got this futurist. They didn't say what year it was.
No.
But they got like these droids flying around. Drones flying around.
The city.
They got flying cars.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see a lot of that. I feel like that was because of the budget.
Yeah, it was the budget.
They showed you real quick.
And I kind of got that vibe out of it, but I appreciated like as much... Whatever budget that they have, they spent it well. They spent it very well, I feel. Because seeing, like, the city, they showed us a shot of the city, and I was like, whoa, this is pretty dope. They gave us something new and different, futuristic cars, different, drones flying around the city is different. It was dope.
And that's that is something that, a testament to the director's or producer, director's intelligence. Mm-hmm. We only have a certain amount of money.
Right.
We need to spend this wisely.
Right.
Unlike Spawn, where it started out really well.
Yeah.
But then as we got to the devil, that CGI was just terrible.
But it was back in the day too, man.
Yeah, but his cape was dope.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The CGI started out well. They had the money, and then they ran out.
The cape was dope. And then the chains and everything was dope. So there were certain parts.
Right, and then we got the devil.
All right, green screen. All right, just go ahead and,
The devil who's talking that doesn't move his mouth.
Right.
That's a bad way to handle your money. You're not budgeting correctly.
Right.
We're project managers here, so we think about this type of thing. You're not budgeting correctly.
Right. Yeah.
This movie definitely did that.
They did.
You take you take your money.
Right.
And you do the best that you can with it.
Yeah.
You don't stretch it.
Right.
You make it, because they showed us the futuristic stuff, and then when we got down to...
They built a world, and they built the world within what seems like a pretty good amount of time. If they couldn't show us, like, what the whole world looked like, at least they showed us what the major city where everything was taking place looked like.
Right, so you guys should go watch this so that when times come to decide if they should do a sequel or not, we can have an awesome-ass sequel.
Yeah.
We can give either more money.
Yeah.
Or just a sequel at all. Because if it doesn't have enough money, it doesn't make enough money, then it won't be a sequel.
It won't get there. Yeah, yeah.
So we definitely go see it. We're just having a discussion. It isn't. We're saying some things that we didn't like. We couldn't actually say these things on the spoiler-free review. So we're just talking. But it is a good movie.
Right.
And maybe we should start off with saying something good first.
So I will say what I appreciated. It was kind of cool actually seeing the character development because there was that. It kind of saw, you know, where he was coming from with his wife. So they kind of built that up. And that's something that we didn't get out of a John Wick movie. His wife had already passed away. She got a dog.
No, we did.
We barely got it. We didn't get it as much. We didn't get it as much. There was like little back and forth things. But this one, we actually saw her. She had lines. She talked a lot. You know, she was very involved. I wanted to see what her company was involved with because she got shot down real quick by the villain guy, the little kid that was giving him the stem at the end. So, I mean, you know, I wanted to see, like, okay, where is she coming from? Could her company have helped him or anything like that? It just kind of, like, got talked about and then shot down real quick.
Do you have a favorite part?
I got a favorite part when he is the fight scenes. I'm just gonna say the fight scenes, and there's so many different fight scenes, but I think the initial fight scene really got me. When he's initially fighting, he goes to this a guy's trailer home. I'm gonna say small home, and you know he's barely learning how to fight. He's like, "You want me to take over?" He's like, "Yeah, take over real quick." He's just like, shh. And then we got the cool camera angles going on, and that took me back a minute. I was like, "Whoa, this is pretty dope." I didn't think that this was gonna happen, and like the guy's freaking out, and his reaction, like, how would you react if you had no control of your body, and you know he's grabbing plates and smacking them on the guy? He's like, "Oh shit, I'm doing all this, dude." You know, so he's like, you know,
it made it entertaining.
It was entertaining, and it was like action, funny, serious, all at the same time, and it was brutal. I'm like, whoa,
and you know,
different.
That's the thing that my favorite part about the movie is not a particular scene. It's what they actually brought to the film, and that's the emotions.
Yeah.
He's in a wheelchair. He's a paraplegic. Quadriplegic.
Yeah, he can't move nothing.
Right. And his mom is washing him up. And in my mind, I'm like, man, because I love my mom. My mama is my best friend. We're real tight. I tell her everything. We talk. We pray. All that. So and I feel like I've tried to become a man that she could be proud of. So if I happen to, I guess, regress back to almost a baby.
Yeah, you got to rely on her.
Right.
As much.
I would start crying.
Yeah.
I already know. Especially if I can't walk.
Yeah.
I can't even move my arms.
This sucks for me. This sucks for you. It just, the situation.
Because in my mind, I'm Superman. There's nothing I can't do.
Yeah.
And then to have to be subjected to that, I would just start bawling and crying. And that's what they did.
Yeah.
And then they all, like you were saying, when he's fighting, he's like, oh shit, what is going on? That's the emotion that you would probably feel the same thing. If your body's moving and you don't have any control,
right,
and it's doing stuff that you don't even really want to do, because he's killing people.
He's killing him, yeah.
And he throws up, that's another thing.
And he throws up afterwards. He's like, he gives him his control back almost, you know, and he's like, he can't handle it. He's like, I've never killed anybody. Why'd you make me do that? I just wanted to stop him. I didn't say, like, stop him by killing him.
Right. I wanted to get the proof. Because I say he got John Wicked, but he's not John Wick.
He's not John Wick.
He's not a killer.
He's not a killer, no. He doesn't have that killer instinct, but with the computer's doing that for him.
Right. So when he actually does kill the guy, he ends up throwing up. He can't take it.
Right.
You know.
So there's like a mental breakdown. And throughout the whole entire movie, you can see like his mind mentally where he is until he actually does break down. Probably get to that at the end of this.
Right. Oh, no, we can just jump into it. You know, wherever we're just having a discussion.
I would say another thing that I want to say initially, even before we get to that, the surgery that they did when they started the whole surgery, that was pretty cool. I didn't think they were going to show as much as they did.
Oh, yeah.
But they showed him, you know, cutting it open and all that.
Cutting open his spine.
And it almost seemed like a practical effect. I mean,
yeah.
Some of that, it must have had been like, you know, whatever, you know, fake spine or whatever.
Or some really good CGI. If we think it's practical effects, that's some damn good CGI.
So I mean, there's like a lot involved in this movie. You know,
right.
they brought a lot of elements to the table with this. I appreciated that, just that, you know, and seeing his scars that were left afterwards and everything.
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of thought put into it.
It was very thoughtful.
Right.
So I mean, we were talking about you know, at the end of the movie.
What did you say?
With him breaking down, so the
so the
computer's developing so much that it's making, you know, connection with his mind, and it's creating a world where in between the movies he's having visions of his wife, and he's like, was that a dream? Like, because I felt like I was awake and it was like right in front of me and it was real, you know. So he's seeing visions of his wife, and then his mind finally breaks down. It was the computer breaking down his mind to kind of put him in a get out situation, yo. So it's like,
I would have said the VR.
Trapping his mind, you know, in this Matrix world, you know?
In the, I don't know, I would have to say it wasn't like that, because in the Get Out, he realizes he's somewhere he doesn't want to be.
He's falling, right? Yeah.
And in this case, and this is why I say that it was very thought out, because when he goes to the hacker,
right,
to get I guess override some of the programming.
Yeah.
You see the VR people.
You do see the VR.
And they said they never leave. It's just better. Just feels better.
That depressed the hell out of me, by the way. When they had that whole scene, just seeing these people VR, they're hooked up to IVs.
Why? Did you like Ready Player One?
You know what? It was different. It was a little different, and it's still depressing. It's like, I don't want our world to get to that where people are hooking themselves up to IVs and like poop bags and like just like VR for weeks.
What I was saying is that he put Gray, or STEM, put Gray in that virtual reality that they mentioned already.
Right.
And he just seemed to be as happy as can be.
Right.
Now, I hope that in the next one, he wakes up. So what happens is, the AI takes over his mind, and he tries to fight it. And I guess it broke his mind, and the AI put him in a virtual reality.
Right.
And then that's pretty much the end. He just kind of walks out. He took over his body and walked out. He took over his
body, yeah. He took over his body, motor functions, everything about him, but his subconscious is where he trapped him in, it seems like.
Now, one other thing that I'm not able to buy. How is you could probably, there's all type of theories, but how is the AI making him stronger? Making him quicker?
You know, okay, so...
Doesn't make any sense.
Right, okay, so... The one thing that we didn't understand was like the timeline. How long was he actually a quadriplegic for? And, you know, if he was a quadriplegic... Was it 3 months?
Yeah, he said 3 months later.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, because your muscles atrophy if you don't move them. So, I mean, after some time, you're going to be weak.
He would be a little weaker.
You're going to be weak. You're not going to be able to move as fast or lift things and whatnot. You probably can't even stand up without, like, physical therapy. And I don't think it would probably...
If you go with a old theory that we only use 10% of our brains, which has been proven to be wrong, and we're right all the time, so just go look it up before you start commenting and stuff. It's been proven that we use more. Some people say 100%. We're using 100% of our brains. We're not just... There's nothing that's being wasted. But that's an old theory 100 years ago. We only use 10%. Now, with that theory, they say that if you use more, like Lucy...
Yep.
Or with the... What's the other one? The better one. Where the guy takes the pills.
Limitless.
Limitless.
That was great.
Great-ass movie. With Limitless,
yeah.
When he unlocks his brain, he also unlocks his muscle, his capabilities to use his full potential.
And I think just with the knowledge that the computer has and like about the guy's body, I mean, they tell you in all these different like martial arts is the way that you shift your weight and everything, even boxing and everything. You know, you turn your hips, you punch. So it's like if you know that knowledge and you've practiced it, then you kind of understand like, you know, okay, like hip throw, bam. You know, I didn't have to use that much. I'm using that person's force.
But he's doing like real hand-to-hand combat. He's not doing like...
But I think that if he were to be like, okay, I know everything, you know, or like, I'm going to hurry up and download, you know, a Kung Fu program. Okay, Neo.
Yeah, but he's like flipping people off. I mean, his physical capabilities way exceed what they used to be.
Right.
Especially for being a quadriplegic.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit of development with that because, you know, he does end up fighting another guy that's very similar to him. Maybe not
that
as
was a great part,
upgraded.
though.
So he fights this one guy that was like, would you say like a ex-military dude?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been upgraded, you know, but he has a ton of like implants, gun in his hand, and all this cool stuff. Hot breath. So, I mean, when they're fighting, I mean, you can tell that, and that guy says like, you know, something about his upgrades, you know, like he hasn't had the knowledge or experience behind it or whatever.
All right, so working out the kinks.
Right.
You know, I really like that part. If I had to say a scene was my favorite part, it would probably be that one.
Yeah.
Just because he got outdone, or Gray got outdone by the military guy.
I was kind of torn if that was going to be my scene.
Experience.
Yeah.
Because the AI he's all theory. He's never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
The military guy's like, I've done this, been there, done that.
Yeah.
I know what you're going through. You started working out the kinks. You can't beat me.
Right.
What I didn't like about it was the inconsistency, because he starts off the fight, or even before they start fighting, he says, don't get emotional.
Right.
And then he gets beat because he got emotional.
Right.
About, I guess, a comrade.
It was his brother, yeah.
Oh, his brother.
His brother. The first guy that he fought.
Instead of just shooting him, because there's still some movie parts.
Right.
When he got to talk dialogue.
Man. Or
just shoot him.
The one thing that gets me is like, in so many movies, when you got a gun pointed at the guy, finally, you know, it's like, why do you need to get so close, though? You know?
Because they got to move it. Movie has to move it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I know.
I
know. I'm just saying, I want to see some variation.
But he shouldn't have gotten emotional.
Right.
Because you just said don't get emotional. But, hey, I guess everyone's human.
Yeah.
Or kind of.
Kind of, yeah, for the most part.
So, I guess it's what happens.
Yeah.
But, that was just one thing I would have rather Gray kind of outthink him,
right? Versus
using reverse psychology, I guess. Right. I guess that's fine too. Whatever.
And so, did the military people? The one thing I probably missed or I didn't understand was the military people. Did they get their upgrades from the same guy that he got his upgrades from?
No, he got it from. They got theirs from where the company his wife worked for.
Oh, I see. Okay, so that's why he made that reference that she's behind.
Right.
Okay. All right. There you have it.
Which was great. I thought there was a lot that went into it that, to me, it was a well-written script. We're getting way better movies than we did last year.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Last year was a mess.
It was a fail. Like every month I would see, like a movie that's
like
just, it was depressing.
Every other week.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would be back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
We might get, like, I did it like a top 15.
Okay.
Go watch that video. Top 15 movies of 2016.
Do it.
Or it's 2017.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I only got like 6 of them that's just like my favorite.
Right.
Got 6 movies.
Rewatch value.
Right.
Yeah.
This year, I've enjoyed. I don't. Have we seen a bad movie this year?
I think just that burglary one.
The one with
forgot the name. With the doctor.
Breaking In.
Doctor Who. Breaking In.
Breaking In.
No, not that one. That was another one though. But there was the one with Doctor Who, and the guy kidnaps this girl, and then he breaks into the dude's house, and there's another girl that's already captured or something.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the movie too.
Yeah, so I mean, but they're both burglary movies.
Both bad.
Yeah, they were bad.
I wonder which one was the worst.
Definitely the dude.
Yeah.
I prefer the mom.
Yeah, Breaking In was better than that one.
Yeah.
But anyway,
go watch this movie. I would recommend it. For me, it's rewatch. I'm gonna rewatch this movie as soon as it comes out again.
I'm telling you, to me, it's a futuristic John Wick.
It is. It's got, if you like John Wick, if you like The Matrix, if you like all these AI movies, Transcendence, Her, Lucy, you know, Iron Man.
You got Jarvis.
It's
kind of like a Jarvis going on in his brain.
Yeah.
Which I thought, it was a good movie.
It was good.
We just wanted to discuss it.
Yeah.
But overall, it was good. All right, we're going to wrap this up. 24 minutes here. Please like, subscribe, and comment, all right? Mm-hmm. If you're new to the channel, we want you to subscribe. It helps us. We want to be YouTube famous, okay? You guys keep putting cameras in front of my face, so this is what you get.
We want
to be YouTube famous, okay? Help us. Help us help you. Because if you help us help you, then you know what movies to go see and which ones not to go see. Or you can just enjoy seeing our beautiful faces.
I just like to talk to you guys. Say what's up. You know, do you guys feel the same way about this movie, or am I crazy? Am I talking to myself? Am I talking to you guys?
Right. We kind of are. But hopefully you guys talk back one day.
If you see this movie, if you see this video, then I'm already dead. And no, I'm just kidding.
That went way left. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at PwnedPops, PwnedPops. Make custom figures, cool stuff, like that. Something like that. Exactly like that.
Not gonna find that nowhere, baby.
Nowhere. One of a kind.
I appreciate this man for that.
It's nice.
Making me this icon. All you DC fans know what this is. This icon right here, baby.
No one's ever seen something like that before.
Love it.
It's great.
And you guys can find me on all of our social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Break Room Blitz. All right, look that up. Go ahead and follow us and enjoy, okay?
Cool.
Peace.
Peace.
Go see the movie.
Go watch it.
Right now, so we can have a sequel.
Right now.